All right, movies weekly. Let's talk about this week. So this is the so if you don't know, this is a new segment on my channel. I'll be doing these videos every Wednesday, and it's basically for me to celebrate movie theaters, talk about what's coming, and some things that you can expect to look out for, and coming at your local movie theater, or maybe not in your local movie theater. So let's get into it. Let's start. Let's start with something I want to do in these segments. Just talk about the box office this week and how everything shaked out. So, if opened pretty decently, it was tracking between 30 to 40 million, made about 35 million. I was actually a little bit shocked by this. I was hoping that it would make maybe crank up to be a 50 million opening, just because I feel like this movie was very well advertised, had some very creative marketing, and had a lot of big stars. And I thought, okay, so this movie and the general reception from people seems very positive. I actually was asking people at the theater I work at, hey, what'd you think of the movie? There were people telling me they cried and stuff, which is not actually too dissimilar to what I was hearing online from people as well. So it seems like the in-person and online reaction seems pretty similar with this movie. So I was hoping that this movie might do a little bit better, but it's still not a bad opening. I think I saw this movie at like $150 million budget. I think it's gonna make that back pretty easily, um, and I think John Krasinski did such a great job that if this movie does well enough to warrant some sequels or something, I would enjoy that. Not necessarily that it needs it, but I did really enjoy this movie. Next thing to talk about was The Strangers. Did actually better than expected. A lot of people who saw the movie really hated it, and they thought, well, this movie's not going to do great. The box office is not going to be great. I really don't get that because it's a horror movie. Horror movies are made for such low budget that it's kind of hard not to make their money back. But this movie actually did pretty well. It made about 12 million, which is actually more than I expected. I mean, usually I expect about like 8, 10 million, but it did pretty well. It's awful though, so I'm guessing that next week it will drop off. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So I think what's weird about this movie is a lot of people don't really seem to understand that this movie has like a post-credit scene. It's like a sequel to the other Strangers movies. So I'm curious. And also, they didn't really announce an official date for The Strangers Part 2, which you would think the same week Strangers Part 1 comes out, you'd want to announce the sequel's release date so you can get people excited to go see the second one later this year. So we'll see how all that goes. I don't know. But I don't want to crap on the movie too much because, again, this video series is meant to celebrate movie theaters, talk about what's coming, what to expect, what you should be looking out for, and things like that. So next thing, when it comes to this box office weekend, was Planet of the Apes did pretty well at 26 million still, so that movie's continuing to do well, and they definitely have plans for more Planet of the Apes movies, which is good because if any franchise deserves to continue, it's Planet of the Apes. I mean, you can always do a lot of very interesting things with it. It's not one where, and anytime a new one comes out, you really know what they're gonna do with it. They can do kind of whatever they want with them in a weird way. I mean, not exactly whatever they want, but with the Star Wars movie and a Marvel movie, you have a certain amount of expectations. It's gotta be a certain type of film where like Planet of the Apes movies are kind of more interesting. So I'm excited about more of that. Anyways, let's talk about what's coming out this weekend. So this weekend is an interesting weekend because it's Memorial Day. And Memorial Day weekend usually is a big weekend because, of course, the day off. And, especially here in California, all the kids are getting out of school. So all the kids, all the kids get out of school. And Mondays, no school if they're still in school. So it's kind of like a win-win sort of thing. So this weekend, then we got Garfield. Now Garfield is going to have quite a few options with this one, where AMC, Cinemark, all have different merchandise, plushies, popcorn buckets. My theater's got popcorn buckets. We haven't put them on sale yet, but definitely when we do, I will be grabbing those. I am excited about that. Yeah, Garfield. We'll see how it goes. I don't think the movie particularly looks great, but overseas the movie did pretty well. And there's actually been some decent reviews. I don't know if I quite buy into the reviews because a lot of family movies people go a little too soft on family movies because they don't. It's not for them, so they feel like they need to like kind of be like, yeah, it's all right, but it could kind of go either way. Either they're too harsh or too mean on family movies, and this one, I mean, maybe this one looks a little too nice. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll see the movie not this weekend. This weekend is my birthday, so the only movie I'm planning to go see this weekend is Furiosa. I'm gonna go watch it Thursday, which that's the other movie coming out this week. I'm gonna go watch it in IMAX. I'm gonna go on the Thursday night preview just because Friday's my actual birthday. I have to work that day, and then I'm going out of town to go visit some museums and do some fun stuff on over the weekend. So I'm not gonna be having time to watch all those. I'll watch Garfield next week though. I'm also gonna be visiting my family, so I have a busy weekend. But I digress. Next thing I wanted to talk about is this movie Sight. I'm not exactly sure what this movie is, and I tried to do some research on it. I couldn't really find a lot on this movie, so if you know more about the movie Sight, drop down in the comments below. I just saw it was showing in some theaters, and I thought, I have to mention it just because it is kind of a thing. The other thing that is worth mentioning is Babes, which is a new A24 movie, I believe, that has been playing in limited release. I believe it hits wide this weekend, and this movie has been described to me as Bridesmaids for like pregnant women. I mentioned it last week, but I believe this is the week where it hits wide release. I've heard decent things about the movie. I want to check it out. I don't know how much it will connect with me just because I'm not a pregnant woman, but maybe I'll get some enjoyment and there'll be some interesting stuff in it. I do really enjoy A24 stuff, and I'm always interested in checking out different stuff. So that's basically everything coming out this weekend. It's an interesting mixture of things for sure. And there's things coming out on streaming, of course, so there's a lot of stuff to check out, and it's gonna be hard for me because I want to watch a lot of stuff, but I can't because I got work, birthday stuff. It's gonna be a crazy week next week. I'm hella busy, but I'm excited about next week. Good stuff coming out, good releases, good movies. So let me know what you guys are gonna go check out this weekend. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick, I think by the time I put out this video, they should already be on sale, or at least dropping on sale. Deadpool and Wolverine tickets are going on sale, so if you want to grab those, grab them now. I'm probably going to grab them as well. IMAX, I'm excited about it. I don't, we'll see. Kind of ridiculous that, most theaters don't put up their tickets for what they have playing each month until like the weekend of, or at least 2 weeks before it comes out, but yet somehow Deadpool gets its fucking tickets on sale 2 months beforehand. It's kind of fucking absurd, but hey, we'll see how everything goes. I'm definitely excited about it. No, I'm not gonna pretend I'm not, but at the same time, it's like, all right, chill a little bit. Like, but yeah, that's everything for this weekend. I couldn't really find any early screenings this weekend, other than on Monday. There is, in some select theaters, the new Disney true story movie about swimming, starring Daisy Ridley, Young Women in the Sea, is doing Memorial Day early screenings on the 27th. And I believe if you go buy Ticketless, it like donates to like Olympic swimming or something like that, or women swimming something, some kind of charity. I don't know. Guaranteed, because it's a major company releasing a movie. Guaranteed they're not taking a lot of that money and donating it to charity, but even if they aren't, it's still cool. I'm not seeing it listed at my local theater, so I don't know if we're gonna get it. If we do, I'll go check it out. I do really like Daisy Ridley as an actress. She's a very pretty woman, just to be honest. And yeah, nice to be seeing her get more roles, and nice to see Disney releasing another true story movie in theaters. They really don't do this very much. They used to do it a lot more. We used to have all kinds of true story Disney sports movies like Remember the Titans, The Rookie, Invincible, Miracle, like all these different movies. And some of those are not amazing. Some are better than others. But still, pretty good stuff.